traditional RUMC Christmas where we do the Christmas story.
Oh, yay.
So as Claire was saying from Luke chapter 2, Dad, please don't film. No.
Can I do it?
No, please.
Okay.
Reverend Ryan's first sermon.
Ryan doesn't want us.
Just do it from
How about
there.
they just do the TV?
Whatever make you happy.
He can send you the PowerPoint.
In those days, Caesar Augustus issued a decree that a census should be taken of the entire Roman world. This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to their town to register. And that's the town of Caesarea.
And you saw that.
Oh, cool.
That is the remnants of Pontius Pilate's house in Caesarea.
Wow.
They lived right on the ocean.
Wow.
Jerusalem, right outside the city walls.
They get snow there?
Yep, this was right after we landed. It was the first time it snowed in 3 years.
These are real pictures you took?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is from Caesarea, Caesar's town in Israel.
Cool. What's that?
It was just a cool statue, so I tried to do an artsy picture. I'm not very good at artsy. So Joseph also went up from the town of Nazareth in Galilee to Judea, to Bethlehem, the town of David, because he had belonged to the house in the line of David. And this is the city of Bethlehem about to enter the Church of the Nativity, which inside is where the manger of where Jesus was born.
They think they have the original?
So in a lot of Israel, a lot of the places, they just kind of said, all right, this is where Jesus died, and people have just gone with it for a couple thousand years. There's actually pretty good evidence that this was most likely the area where the manger was, based on...
I thought it was like in a barn though.
So
That's their barn.
when they say manger, it was most likely some support built into a cave. And so how the cave, the age of the rock, and the style in which it was cut, they think that this was the area in which the manger probably was. But like everything in Israel, they build a church on top of every historical site. So it's not like how you would expect it. So this is the church surrounding where the manger is. And that's more of the church of Bethlehem. He went there to register with Mary, who was pledged to be married to him and was expecting a child. And this is from the tomb of the Virgin, where Mary is buried. While they were there,
Aww.
the time came for the baby to be born.
Look at
And
it.
it was
Lovely
just
kid.
this cute.
That's funny.
And she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in clothes and placed him in a manger because there was no guest room available for them. And this is a little cutout of the old wood that they think would have been around the manger that you have to walk into to get to the main room of the church. This is a video of it. And it's showing on the tablet. There we go.
Nobody's just
So that's the Church of Bethlehem.
cool.
And inside, this next video is actually getting to get into the rock of where the manger is. So they build, like I said, the Greek Orthodox, they build shrines around every holy site. So you can get down on your knees and reach into this back cave and put your hands on the rock where they think Jesus was probably born.
Quit, Ellie.
Wow, you got to touch where Jesus actually, they think, was born.
Yeah. So in that, there's a little sun cut out in there,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a rock, and they think this is the area that is most likely to have been where Jesus was actually born.
Wow, that's cool, right?
Wow.
These are all your friends, huh? That traveled with you?
Actually got the camera in there.
Oh, wow.
Neat.
pretty cool, right?
Surprised they let you film.
They let you film almost everywhere except the Muslim places. The Muslims don't let you. And there are shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. And that's just the wilderness around Jerusalem. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today, in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. There will be a sign to you, and you will find a baby wrapped in cloths and lying in the manger."
Look at our eyes, especially mine. We're both like, look at, we got it.
It's 3 a.m. and I'm so tired.
That is funny, Ryan.
Where is that at?
The hospital.
That's right after the
That's the
birth.
church?
The
No,
hospital.
that's the hospital.
Right as she
I
was
mean, the
born.
hospital, not the church.
It's the
Wait,
manger.
first time we got to see her.
Yeah.
Suddenly, a great company of the heavenly host appeared with the angel, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and on earth, peace to those on whom his favor rests." In Christos Jesus' name, Amen, on the carving.
Yeah.
When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the wise shepherds said to one another, "Let's go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has told us about." And I actually have a picture of the wise shepherds. Last
I
Christmas.
think that was last Christmas.
Or maybe 2 Christmases when you
Oh,
came back
that's
from
funny.
Jamaica.
Look at that with a bottle of liquor in there.
That is funny.
Is that bottle superimposed in there?
No,
No,
that's
we
what
drank
you
that whole
finished.
I was holding
Well,
that.
who's holding it, Ryan?
Ryan, yeah.
Well, who's...
No.
well,
No,
that's my
Jay.
hand
It's
on
your
Jay's
hand holding
shoulder.
it. I'm
Yeah.
taking the picture.
Yeah.
That's Ryan's hands on each of our shoulders.
Yeah.
It's your hand holding it. It was cold. You're wearing your
Gloves.
Your cold gloves.
That is funny.
Winning.
So they hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him,
This borderline's on sacrilege.
when they had seen him, they spread the word concerning about what had been told them about this child. And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds had said to them.
This is so sweet.
This is good, Ryan.
But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which were just as they had been told. And that's the tomb of the Holy Sepulchre, which is where Jesus was buried. Inside, there's a small stone tablet where Jesus was laid to rest.
Do we know where a frock is?
In her
You should show
jiggler.
this to your...
Oh, in her jiggler.
minus the liquor
Yeah,
bottle. Show this to your kids.
On the 8th day, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given before he was conceived.
No frocks over here.
I got one. Thanks. We'll see.
Oh, that's cool. So that's the inside of that thing?
So
Or is that just like a random?
So some people disagree as to where Jesus was actually buried. So there's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which is a gigantic church, and inside is that building. And so about 90% of scholars believe this is probably more likely where Jesus was buried. Then there's 10% that think this is his tomb, which is about 1.5 miles away, and it looks like how you would picture his tomb to be. It's an angelic garden. It's carved into the side of this granite mountain, and inside you can go in, and there's a little gated off area where they've said he was buried, and on the door it says he is not here for he is risen, which I thought was really cool.
It's interesting. It's in English.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that is the birth of Jesus.
Yay, Ryan!